Friends, family, fans, what's up? It's early in the morning. We're not usually doing this kind of stuff, but you know what? Underdog has got us feeling a little kind of frisky right now. We're going to be using the DAWG Dominator, getting ourselves into some Underdog fantasy drafts. So we're going to use my bad boy DAWG Dominator, link in the description below or at my X bio if you're in the mood for that kind of stuff. I've got some slow drafts we're going to go through. We've got the Phoebe Cam rocking and rolling. She's looking glorious and sleepy as hell. And we are going to go through some drafts over here using my Underdog draft tool, which is available to you guys if you want that kind of thing. So we're going to knock this out real quick because I've got a PT appointment to go disappoint my guy after not doing any exercises this week because I've been knocking this bad boy out the park. So we're going to try and do this maybe every morning. We'll see. I'm a terrible morning person, but we're kind of feeling in the mood for some good stuff. So the first draft we've got over here is, oh yeah, and don't forget to use code MAYO for up to $1,000 deposit bonus over there. So I drove all the way to Omaha, started a bunch of slow drafts, and now we've got a crap ton to do. So I figured the easiest way to do them is on this stream, kind of show you guys how I go about it, have a good time with you. Hit me up in the comments as well because, you know, things can get a little boring back here. So let's take a look at what is going on today. We have got ourselves scramble number 5. So I'm going to go to my Underdog tool. I've got number 5 in the tab down here. And we've got Xander Schauffele, Tony Finau, Eric Cole, Tom Hoagie, Jordan Spieth, all in our lineups. We're missing some events. So in the top quadrant over here, this is showing us, all right, you're looking, the general strategy, before I get into this, the general strategy is to make sure that you have at least 6 golfers in as many freaking tournaments as you can find, because that's how you optimize scoring. Having 7 guys helps if there's a miscut or someone plays like shit. But if you're looking to really kind of get to the final round, which is really important when you're going up against 260 odd people, you want to have as many options out there as possible and as many different options as you can find. So what we're trying to do is get as many guys playing each tournament. If you're new to this situation, how this Underdog stuff works is it's separated into different rounds. So you've got round 1, which is the first 7 tournaments. Round 2 is the next 7 tournaments. The round 3 is the next 7. Round 4 is the next 7. For the first 3 rounds, you're in a draft with 6 other people. And how you get to the next round is by beating those 6 guys. Then you go up against the guys that beat their other 6 or the other 5 people for those first 3 rounds. Then everyone meets for a nice big old mass Underdog orgy over there in round 4, and we all go against it for 50K. So that's basically the strategy here. You're trying to optimize round 4 in particular and make sure that you're kind of getting some really important events under your belt. Currently, we're struggling in Mexico and the CJ Cup, which typically seems to be a problem for most drafts because that's where the shittiest golfers tend to play. So we're not drafting those kind of guys, but maybe we are because that's how we get to it. And we have 5 drafts left. Do we want to try and knock out as many Mexico Open and CJ Cup guys as possible? Sure. Let's try and figure that out for this draft as well. We're going to go down here, which is where you can kind of do all your research. How this works is as you're drafting, it shows you your ADPs. It readjusts some guys for you, and it pulls up guys that you can probably draft in this range. So we have Jordan Spieth over here for us, and then it adjusts it for you. Boom, boom, boom. And then we kind of have this adjusted ranking right over here, which kind of uses, we don't have kind of, let's stop using that word. It pulls in people that will potentially be playing in Mexico, people that will be playing the CJ Cup. We're trying to look for guys who can fill these massive holes for us in the schedule. And as a result, it's going to adjust the rank of these golfers, and we're going to go from there. So, for instance, we've got some really weird, wonky stuff going on in this department over here right now. We need to get this adjusted rank over here for us. You know what's happening is I've used some really old ones. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this guy, and I'm going to paste it into the OG because I've been having some tough times with some issues because they are the older editions. We're actually going to also change one thing here quickly. Paste some special values only, and then knock these guys over here. All right. Oh boy. I'm all over the place already. What is going on? We need number 7. We're going to keep I'm scrambling. We're scrambling in the scramble already. Here we go. Number 5. Boom. All right. So if you go, let's just actually do this. I'm going to go to my OG one. This is the DAWG Dominator. This is the one you can use if you go into the description below. So we're going to just do that. We're going to type in our guys and see how it goes. So who do we have? We've got Xander, Tony, Eric Cole, Tom Hoagie, Jordan Spieth. Let's do that. Xander, Tony Finau, Eric Cole, Tom Hoagie, Jordan Spieth. Boom. So now the adjusted rankings are really kind of firing up because this is where you want to dominate these things. Okay. So we have got our guys. Jordan Spieth's over there. We've already drafted him. Now we need some Mexico Open options. If you take a look at some Mexico options here, we've got Mackenzie Hughes, Keith Mitchell, Mark Hubbard, Andrew Novak to start off with. I've hit so many of those names already in the original drafts that we're having a tough time getting different. You know, we're going to do 150 of these. You can't just keep popping Mackenzie Hughes, all of these kind of guys in there. So you can scoot down to the bottom here, filter on who is blank, get those guys out of there, and then we can go to the CJ Cup as well. Knock a few guys out here, do this, hit that, and then we've got a list of names that I've got projected to start at the CJ Cup and Mexico Open, which are the two biggest issues that we have in our schedule right now. So we got some Thurston Lawrence, Lucas Glover, Patrick Rogers, Nico Echeverria potentially might go to Mexico. He's been playing a lot of random courses. He's outside the top 50 in FedEx Cup points right now, so he should be trying to play as many events as he can, although he's playing some really good golf. Don't mind Rasmus Højgaard either, so we might be just targeting as many of these guys. Potentially, we can also be looking for some Sentry options, so we could potentially go with Patton Kazaya and Nico. We could also go with Harry Hall, Jonathan Vegas. So those might be 3 or 4 guys we kind of really focus in on since we started off quite slowly with the Sentry as well. And let's just do that. So we're going to filter in on some Sentry guys, and then we're going to just rock and roll here. So Nico's got the lowest ADP. We're just going to filter in these guys. So let's go Nico. We're going completely off the rails early. That's okay. So now we've got, I don't even have him playing in Mexico, do we? Or what's going on here? Oh, yeah, we had 1 person playing, and now we've got 2. Beautiful. So Nico Echeverria, let's do that. Let's go find him over here and send him to Mexico for ourselves. His ADP is now 48, which people are starting to realize he's an option that you can be using. So boom, there we go. All right, so first guy up is Nico Echeverria. We're going to get to our next draft. Hopefully the tools that we have can work and function for us the way we want it to. So let's go to scramble number 12. As always, feel free to throw some comments in the chat. Let me know what the hell is going on. Come and visit me on the Back 9 Bets YouTube. Hit that subscribe button while you're there as well, and the like button too, because I need to get to 500 subscribers over there. We're at 470 something. So we need to really get that fired up so we can figure out exactly where we want to go on that channel. It's been given a little neglect the last little while. Cool. So I like actually going to a newer, the better the number, the more likely it's not going to be broken, because I've updated stuff as I've gone along and provided the DAWG Dominator with the absolute best picks. So here is draft number 12. We've only drafted Sungjae Im, so we can go any way, which way we want. As always, Tony Finau is going to be at the front of our minds. We are sitting in the what's hole over here. We're in the 3 hole. So we might not get a Tony Finau coming back to us. He does help us big time in Mexico. We've also got Hideki who can help us at the CJ Cup. So depending how we want to go there, we can see how it pops out. In the 3 hole, we'd probably have, who else would come back to us? I doubt Tony gets back to us or Hideki gets back to us if we go either other. Yeah. So maybe we'll go a little bit of Akshay Bhatia potentially down the line. We'll see. So I don't mind Hideki Matsuyama at all. He tends to play that CJ Cup, which is an important event to get to. You know, I think if you're taking a look at Hideki, where are we? Number 12. Hideki Matsuyama's got himself 16 starts typically. Sungjae Im does not play the CJ Cup. Hideki is one of the better names that does. So we're going to rock him in there. We're going to figure out some other Mexico Open options. Tony Finau's the one guy that we want to look at there, but we're going to go with old Hideki because we like pain. So immediately we've got a missing starts for the second event and the fifth and the sixth event of round 2. And then we've got 2 missing holes over here in round 4. So that's tough to see. Hell yeah, Philip. We've got some underdog content. I might do this every morning. You know, I'm taking it slow, taking it easy, sipping on some coffee. But we want people to have underdog content. And if you want this tool, you know, it's down in the description below or in my X bio if you're into that kind of thing. So we're going to knock out Hideki out of this world, get him into our lineup with Sungjae Im over there, and go to town. Scramble number 15. Colin Morikawa is our only pick in that one. So we're going to go check this out. We've got a Sungjae Im imposter. Let's get Colin in there instead. All right. So Colin, his strategy is we're going to need some Sony Open Amex situations. He doesn't typically play the Waste Management Phoenix Open, but it's quite a popular event. Doesn't play the Cognizant or the Mexico or the Valspar or the Houston. He typically likes to play tournaments before a major, though. So that's kind of, you can pick up these trends with these guys. If you take a look, he's playing pretty much every tournament before the majors, which is helpful. Some guys like Scotty don't like to play before a major. And as a result, you're going to be lacking some additional starts over there from Scotty. So let's get this filter out of here as well. And just don't have to overthink it early. You can kind of just knock it out the park as you feel. Rory kind of we've got these adjusted ranks that are all over the place right now, which is kind of pissing me off. I don't know what the heck is going on here. I'm actually going to just change them as we go along, if you guys don't mind. And this is how you do it. So we're going to go Scotty Scheffler, adjusted rank. Oh, do we? I'm just going to knock it out here quickly. Equals VLOOKUP. Ludwig, number 1. Boom, over there. We're going to do this, do that, do this. Bang. Model Maniac stuff as you see it. All right. Then we're going to scoot this down and VLOOKUP. Bang. All right. So Sungjae Im, obviously going to be a great option, not available to us on the clock over here. We have ADP-wise Rory McIlroy available, which is someone I haven't necessarily been drafting that much of, and he's dropped past some ADP here, so we can grab him at the 7. He's typically going in the 5th. I don't mind Rory in the second round. Early on, he's a bit of a problem because he's only playing 14 events, but if we know that we can find some guys that are going to be playing a bit more events early, what I like the most about Rory is I think he plays a lot of his golf late. He's in the 3-hole over here. So if we scroll over to his thing, we've got Rory potentially playing the Canadian Open, the US Open, the Travelers, the Scottish, and the Open. Ideally, you're looking for guys that are going to be playing like the John Deere Classic as well. Who the heck is this guy down here? He seems to be working wonderful for us. That's obviously our boy Eric Cole, the guy that's going to be playing every goddamn week. So we don't mind that. So let's go ahead and just put Rory in there. I don't mind the ADP value for old McIlroy in the 7-hole. So let's see what happens if we actually pop him in here. I got to get out of here by 10. So Rory's in. He doesn't play the Century either. That is one of the biggest issues I have with him. So that's the thing, is we have a PGA Championship or US Open at the Quail Hollow, where he has played fantastic golf. So he's got a chance of really dominating that major. But I like I said, taking him 7th is not bad, considering he's going to give you that back-end production, which we really like in the big important rounds. Now we just got to figure out, okay, let this model work us all the way down to filling up that first round and the other holes that we have. Because we've been drafting a lot of Tony Finau already. Can't really kind of just keep going back to him there. Maybe he comes back to us somehow, but I think we're going to go with Rory over here, see what happens in that. Oh, we've got, yeah. Okay, we went with Colin and Rory back to back, and then we're going to see where that takes us. Let's scoot on to Scramble number 13. We've got a Scotty Scheffler in the one hole. Let's go, baby. So number 13 over here, Scotty Scheffler, not Sungjae Im, Scotty. And with Scotty Scheffler, we're not getting too many pre-major rounds. He's not the worst guy to pair with someone that does play before majors. And I feel like Hideki typically plays before majors quite a lot. He's never a bad option. Let's actually take a look there. Hideki Matsuyama, right over here. If we take a look at his schedule, before majors, he plays at the Valero. Before the PGA, he did not play at the Truist for some reason. I don't know which was the Wells Fargo. Maybe he didn't want to play 4 in a row going into that. So that is a problem for us there, but he definitely knocks out a bunch of tournaments for us in this third round anyway. And then he gets us the Scottish Open and the 2 before that. So we'll take a little Hideki action down here. Let's see what the model's actually suggesting. Another situation here that we have a VLOOKUP situation. So we're going to knock this out the park along the way because for some reason I decided to copy over a file that isn't working. But the one in the description is perfect for you guys. So that's what you're going to be getting over there. Let's also make this locked and get those over there. So let's do this. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, we need this over here. There we go. All right. That's better. All righty. So Victor Hovland, massive schedule problems. 13 last year. I don't know how many he's going to play again this year. Should have played at the Waste Management. He likely will play there again. Did not last year. Important stuff to note. So after Scotty, we want to suggest the models going with Akshay as a great option early. It's telling us Hideki kind of falls way back. It looks like Akshay gets a good bump in production. Eric Cole and Tom Kim as well. So let's take a look. Maybe we go with Akshay. Why is it telling us that we like Akshay the most with Scotty over here? Akshay plays a ton early. Scotty doesn't necessarily get as many events in early over here either. So we can get this out of the way as well. Scotty struggles early. Akshay is a freak in the sheets when you're looking for early production. So I love that. And then he falls off quite a lot in the back end, yeah. But maybe, you never know if these schedules change or not either. So let's go Akshay and then see what this spits out for our second pick. We're still looking for a Mexico option. Is Tony Finau available late? He's not available, no. We're not going to find anyone early in this situation of the draft that plays in Mexico until you get all the way down to potentially Max Griesemann, Mackenzie Hughes, all of these guys. I haven't been able to get too many Davis Thompsons or let's see, what other options does it tell us that we can go with here? Hideki is no longer available. And we've also changed our pick to number 1. So now he's back on the board for us. The schedule's telling us no dice over there. Fine. I like Davis Thompson getting a big jump in production. Let's put him in here as well as our back-to-back picks for this world. So we're still struggling quite a lot at Mexico, struggling at the first round with the Canadian Open. We'll find some guys. Maybe we have to focus on that as we go into this draft later. But we like Akshay and Davis Thompson as our 2 plays over here. So let's get Akshay out of here, and let's get some Davis Thompson out of here too. All right. So that one is done. The scramble number 10. Who have we got? Hideki. We got Sungjae, Corey, Siwoo Kim. Some serious volume with Sungjae, Corey Kim, Siwoo Kim. Corey Connors, Siwoo Kim. What was this number? Number 10. All right. 10, 10, 10. There they are, looking mighty fine. So let me turn this volume down on this thing. It's telling me I've got drafts coming up as we knock them out. So, okay. Hopefully that's working. Siwoo Kim. So what is it suggesting for us? We've got a problem once again with the goddamn formula. Jesus crumpets. We're going to just have to do this basically on every single thing, but that's okay. We'll handle it. Luckily, we are the model maniac, and we can knock that out quite quickly. Boom. All right. So Tommy Fleetwood is not going to help us in this situation at all. He jumps all the way to 85th in adjusted rank. His schedule is ass. And especially over here early when we need a 3-2-2 in rounds 2, 3, and 4 of the first round, Tommy Fleetwood is not giving us any of those. So it's likely going to suggest like a Ben Griffin who's giving us those 3, which I don't think he'll be available. Let's take a look here. ADP, no Ben Griffin, unfortunately. So who do we have that is on a spot we can go to? Jordan Spieth, going to be a popular play. Keith Mitchell, Max Mackenzie Hughes, always going to be someone that we can lean on there. I don't like playing as many of those guys as we have to over here. You know what I'm saying? Maybe some Nick Dunlap. Haven't bet too many places on him in the last little while. He gives us some nice reprieve. I'm not going with the best available right now on the draft because I've just been hitting so many Jordan Spieth, so many Mackenzie Hughes, Keith Mitchells because of all of this. It is a 10-round draft. So we've got 10 picks right here. And the thing about this is it's 10 rounds. So you've got to roster 6 guys in every event. So if you do the math, ideally you want 12. You know, that's the easiest way to get 6 and 6 because we've got these signature events and the non-signature events with guys playing in different tournaments, basically different tours, different schedules. So the beauty about this tool is identifying holes, and then it provides you with guys that can potentially fix those holes for you. I think Jordan Spieth is one of these guys. I mean, the problem with him is the wrist injury. We've got a problem with the wrist. Is he going to be fully healthy? What's his schedule going to be like? We don't know. I have slotted him in to play in Pebble because he's an AT&T ambassador. He likely gets a sponsor's invite over there, Philip. So I think you want to be looking at these kind of options. I've been hitting him a lot with a lot of picks. Maybe we're going to go with some Nick Dunlap instead. I think he's potentially an option we want to roll with. But he's also not going to give us too many, you know. But granted, he never played the Sony Open because he wasn't in the Sony Open last year. So he could potentially play that as well because he got the sponsor's invite to the Amex, which is where he won that golf tournament. So he might play a lot of golf. He might play in the Sony as well and potentially the Farmers. Who the heck knows? So we'll take a gamble on Nick Dunlap. I think this is a very passive, a very conservative schedule for him. We could see him as a youngster play a lot of golf. You know, I think he could rival the Akshays of the world, Tom Hoagie, Siwoo Kims, because he's still young. These guys like to play golf. They like to keep in form. That's what they did in college. So let's go. Yeah, co-host. Phoebe. Phoebes. She's very sleepy. She's my girl. She's always hanging out over there. All right, get back to business, yeah, Byron. We've got to get off to the PT. And we're going to go with Nick Dunlap over here, I think. Not a terrible option. We probably go back with another option down here too. So let's see what happens if we type in Nick Dunlap. We need some Mexico options now in a big way. We're immediately now out of the mix for Mexico. And I'm going to put this iPad down here because it's driving me nuts. The Mexico world, the world of Mexico is causing us some issues, and so is the Canadian Open. Jordan Spieth, RBC ambassador, I believe, or plays in them quite a lot, which is also another reason we like him. Max Griesemann, Mackenzie Hughes. Mackenzie will be playing in the Mexico Open. He will be playing the CJ Byron Nelson, and he will be playing the Canadian. So that helps us a lot. Screw it. We're going to just go with Mackenzie Hughes because I think he's the guy that we want to go with, yeah. Complete 180. What does Taylor Pendrith do for us? If we remove Nick Dunlap, yeah, Taylor Pendrith should show up. He doesn't help us at all, especially early on. Mackenzie Hughes, not going to be playing the Century. That's okay. We can find some guys late, but he goes off early, and we'll get on a hot run here. Dowdy plays 8 straight tournaments, but maybe he does. I don't know. He's going to be in the first 2 given his 51st priority ranking. for Mackenzie. So we're going to type him in here. He's a great utility piece early. He fills a lot of roster holes. I don't know, if he's going to make it to the Mexico Open. Maybe he misses one or two of these ones early and then goes to the Mexico Open still. We will see. But he played there last year. He typically plays there often. We're going to take a gamble on him. As always, I will be updating this tool with schedules as they go along. Looks like this guy's in auto draft mode. Beautiful. Okay, so he went with Burns and Pendrith. We're going to potentially get some options over here. We're going to go right back to this draft again. So we've got Mackenzie Hughes. We need some more Mexico. And it's always going to be Keith Mitchell. It's always going to be Mark Hubbard. So let's go down here, figure out some Century, figure out some CJ Cup. CJ Cup actually isn't that big of a problem for us right now. We've got 4 guys playing in that because we do have Hideki Siwoo Kim doing some work for us. Mackenzie as well. Corey Connors, does he typically play there too? So he doesn't. But we like our guys in that spot. And we need to figure out some Canadian Open options. So we're going to knock this out over here. Corey Connors, Sahith, Sam Burns, Tommy Fleetwood typically plays. And Tommy Fleetwood is going to give you some serious back-end production here. And that's what we're kind of looking for, but also he's not a Mexico Open guy. And I think Mexico Open is going to really provide you with some serious leverage. Everyone's going to be scoring tons and tons of points. And as a result, in this round 2 over here, you've only got 2 signature events. So you're going to have a lot of these studs not playing more than like 3 or 4 tournaments, whereas the rest of the guys that aren't in these events, some of them that might be in them, will be playing on the non-signatures and in the players. So there's ways to really bolster up on the back end of your drafts with these guys later on in this round. And we've got Matt McCarty, who's a guy that I really like. Jonathan Vegas plays the Mexico Open. Harry Hall, Patton Kazaya. All guys that are going to be playing in the Century, all slated to play in the Canadian Open, and all slated to play in the Mexico Open. So we might just finish our draft with these guys and have a different Scotty Sungjae, Hideki, Corey Connors starts. I think Siwoo, Sungjae, Corey Connors are very popular options. Let's kind of get some different guys in the mixture. So we're going to go again early on Nico Echeverria. He's playing some really impressive golf right now. It could come flaming down, but hey, so be it. We're taking a gamble. We got 150 of these opportunities to get ourselves to the 50K promised land. Let's get different because we need to have a different lineup when we make it to round 4. Taking Nico and just rattling off all of these guys later in the draft, that might be the way we go with this particular one to really fill out that Mexico Open hole. Round 4, the 4th event in round 4 is causing us some issues as well. The Rocket. Okay, so do we have any of these guys slated to play the Rocket? Yes, we do. All of them are playing there. So beautiful. We are in good shape with this draft. Hopefully I remember to look down here when we make it back to the 10th scramble that we are in over here. What were we on? Number 10? Why do we not have my roster? Roster is missing. No, this is the $10. Where the hell is number 10? Oh, it's all the way down here. That's what happened. Okay, so we're back. We are back, friends. So we're going to go with, who did we say? Nico. Love Nico Echeverria as our situation to really filter in some good, solid options early on. We like that. Kirk Cousins. All right, so this scramble it's our first pick. So we're going to make a new one over here. Let's go ahead and do that. Take the DAWG Dominator, and we are going to basically just hit here, and you just duplicate it. Boom. I'm trying to sell this tool of mine, Dabo. So I'm sipping coffee. Phoebe's sleeping still. She doesn't know why I'm speaking, but I got the work computer kind of in the background over here. Not going to lie to you. Sipping on some coffee. We're having a good time. All right. So I'm not even going to worry too much with the pedantics here. ADP available to us in the 5th spot here. I'm going to go and grab, what is going on? There we go. Colin Morikawa, Rory, Sahith, Patrick Cantley, Hideki, Tony. I'm probably going to go with, we're just going to go with ADP to start off with. Colin's not a terrible option. Let's get these guys out of here. We've got the 4 pick. Colin is, as always, we got this adjusted rank in a complete shambles. So we're going to fix that again because yay, we can't seem to figure out why I copied over a broken file. Okay. There we go. Scotty Scheffler is number 1 before we make any other picks. And now we're going to take a look. Colin is the 4 spot for me. I've got him ranked 4th anyway. I don't have Ludwig that high. He seems to have a big issue in the second round over here. Massive hole for him. Also didn't play the greatest last year compared to the likes of Colin and things like that. So I don't know. It's just the way he worked out. He doesn't seem to play the easy courses to kind of get himself into the world that we're looking for. Colin Morikawa, not going to overthink this. Hit him in here, get him going. It's just a simple first round pick. Then we're going to go to this one as well. We've got the 3rd spot. I've been taking Sungjae Im in the 3-hole like crazy. He's just got so much utility, plays in so many events. Scramble number 8. We should have a few more names to kind of go off of over here. So let's go to number 8, find out what's going on over there, fix a goddamn formula again because this is fun, and see what happens. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Let's make sure we lock that in there. 3-3-0. And no, what was I doing? Why is this wrong? Because I'm being a fast ass here. Right, let's try it again. VLOOKUP, Akshay, and dip, 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 dip. Still, all right. Fun times. Well, let's go back to the DAWG Dominator and just put this in as it was. So, all right. So the DAWG, what the hell is up with that one? You know what? We're just going to go to the OG. Figure it out over here. All right. So we're going to take this out, take these guys out, put them in over here. I need to figure out my tool. My own tool is broken. The DAWG Dominator is fine. So we're going to figure out who our guys are. Scotty, Tony, Corey, Tom. Those are the 4. Okay. Scotty, Tony, Corey, Tom, Hoagie, not Tom, Kim. All right. So now the adjusted ranks, Max Homer going backwards. Also the color codes are a little sideways here right now. Adjusting, figuring it out. Boom. There we go. Looks like it's figured itself out now. So some immediate holes. Again, round 3, CJ Cup, big issue for us. And the back end of round 4. So we're going to really have to focus on some options later on in the rounds. 4 and 5 of round 4 are the Rocket and John Deere Classic. So organically, you're getting more of these guys as you go down the ADP list because they are playing in these events more because their overall FedEx Cup ranking isn't as high. So taking a look at who it's suggesting to us, Ben Griffin, an obvious option as always. Jordan Spieth, a great guy. Mackenzie, Keith Mitchell, the Mexico Open CJ Cup combo guys. We're trying to be a bit different in some capacity over here as well. We don't want to keep placing those guys in our lineups. I'm assuming Ben Griffin is a thing of the past. Not going to be seeing him anywhere here. Mackenzie Hughes, Jordan Spieth, Scotty, Tony, Corey, Tom. We'll just add let's go with Max Griesemann. He's playing in Mexico last week, and he's inside the top 50 in the world. There's a chance he lands up playing in Mexico again. I don't know if he will. I think I've projected Max Griesemann to play not in Mexico, but maybe he does. Maybe he just gets on a run and just plays a bunch of golf. But he helps us early, and he didn't play any of the Rocket or JDC last year either. That's a problem. We're looking for guys that potentially can help us there. We might have to sacrifice a bit of Mexico to kind of get things out of our system. Let's take a look here. Guys in that range, are going to be some Mackenzie Hughes. He plays a lot of golf on the back end. Brian Harmon also gets a bit of golf in on the back end there. Who are these guys down here? Keith Mitchell, obviously. Stephen Yeager, Denny McCarthy. Let's go with the Denny McCarthy, but we need Canadian Open guys as well. Gosh darn it. Taylor Pendrith, is he on the board? He is. But he's also one of these signature guys that's not going to give us that much help early, but he's going to give us lots of round 3 options, plays the CJ Cup. Taylor Pendrith, why are you not playing in the Canadian Open? That's Cameron. Who's this? Taylor Pendrith. Did he play the Canadian Open? Look at that. That's the thumbnail, yeah. All right. Taylor. Events. He did. Whoops. Okay. So we got to fix that. Go projected schedule. This is, it's not a perfect science out here, friends. So we're going to find Taylor Pendrith quickly. Go to the projected schedule and plug him in. We want to make sure that he's... Why did I take him out of that? He's a Canadian. We know this. All right. So let's put him in here. Taylor Pendrith. Boom. All right. That should have taken care of that. So he should have populated back into our world. We're on a completely... Where's our guys gone? Oh, here we go. I'm all over the place. Let's go to our projected schedule over here and take care of it in this one, because I've got 2 files. This is the joy of being the model maniac, is you're all over the place. All right, so there we go. Let's make it nice and green so we can see what's going on. But this is what you can do. Like, I've got this over here for myself, but you can change the schedule how you think it's going to work. That's basically the joy of this tool, is like you can play it how you want. So we're going to put Taylor Pendrith in here, see what happens to our rankings as we go along. Matt McCarty, I've got him like right on the 60 bubble, I believe. Where is he? I like him a lot because he gets to do all of the stuff. I hate Google Sheets at times. Like, all right, there we go. Gosh darn it. There we go. So I've got him ranked 112th, which is not ideal. Probably need to get that fixed as well, given he is officially in the world ranking over there and all of this stuff. So he's projected as 37th for me, though. So where is he? Matt McCarty. So he's 107th in FedEx Cup ranking. He also gets himself into the signature event too. And I'm also taking far too long. I'm not going to get through all of these drafts. So we got to start putting on some serious juice here. Let's go with him. I think, maybe he lands up playing in the Mexico Open because he's not in any of these signature events. Let's do it. Matt McCarty early. Let's just figure him out. It's telling us to play him 37th. Let's go. It fixes a lot of holes for us quickly, except for 4-5 in the final rounds over there. So we've got a problem with the 4-5 spot, which is the rocket and all of that. He helps us. So we're going to have to keep pumping rocket mortgage guys into that situation. Same dudes that we went with the last time. We do that on our next draft. So let's go find Matt McCarty. Going all over the board here. His ADP is not, that's Fitz. Matt McCarty's getting drafted right at the end of drafts. So we'll take him early. Throw some people off for a loop over here. All right. Next one up, number 14. Tony Finau, Hideki Matsuyama, Tom Kim. Let's do it. Tony Finau, Hideki, Tom. All right. So we got a Tony Finau for Mexico. We don't have any holes for zeros. The model is telling us Corey Connors is a great option. Doubt he's available. No, he's not. Ben Griffin will always be a great utility piece in the 4 spot. Let's get this way. And we're going to see what's going on. Yeah, I think he'll play in those events too. And I think I have him scheduled to play them too, which is why his ranking jumped so high when we needed those events to get filled. So we've got Tom Kim, Hideki, and Tony over here. We have Max Homer, Benny On, Wyndham Clark, Tommy Fleetwood, Ben Griffin. And we will not see a pick until the 30th pick. So what number is this? We're picking 6th. Okay, so let's change this up to the 6th. And it's still telling us here for the 19th pick. We're looking for, we've got Tom, we don't want Corey there. Ben Griffin is 11th and Tom Hoagie is 6th in that department. So do we have a Tom Hoagie available? Yes, we do. Do we have Ben Griffin? Did Ben Griffin all get taken? He's going to be, we're down the board, yeah. All right. Ben Griffin. There he is. Why am I looking for him when he's staring me right in the face? Let's go with Ben Griffin. See what happens. We haven't bet too much on him. We've had a lot of Tom Hoagie in our drafts. He would be an optimal if I didn't feel like I've had tons and tons going. So we'll see. I don't know if he has declared to play in Mexico, but he's always played there. I think his kids and family like going there. There's a lot of narrative developments in this situation, Darbo. That's the thing with this thing. It's like we don't necessarily know where these guys are going to be playing, especially this early. Unfortunately, I got a kid coming. I had to go and do all these drafts. I'm taking a gamble. I do have 50 more bullets left, 47 more entries, which I will do later on because they're going to definitely help when you have more information. So he was, but he's played every instance of that event. He's played it 3 times in a row now. So maybe he's going to go get it back because he lost it last year. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. But I did take him a little early. I'm not going to lie here. He is available in the 2nd round. This was a hasty pick. I will be probably taking Tony when he gets to the back end of the 2nd round where he typically is. So we're going to go with Ben Griffin here, though. Kind of just keep that volume going pretty hard for us in this situation. Lots to like about him. Still struggling in Mexico. Still struggling at the freaking. We're struggling at the Truist now, which we don't have too many guys playing. Hideki seemed to miss that because I think he's always playing the CJ Cup, the Masters, and the RBC Heritage in a row, and then doesn't want to play his PGA Championship as a 5th option. Maybe that's why he doesn't play that specific PGA event. And the Truist is going to be at Philadelphia Cricket Club this year, not Quail Hollow. All right. Getting back to our drafts. How did I have that all up earlier? There we go. Okay. Scramble number 2. That should have some more names for us. Colin, Tony, Eric Cole, Ben Griffin. Let's go. Colin, Tony, Eric Cole, Ben Griffin in the hole. Who do we need? Who's it telling us to take? Tom Hoagie, Jordan Spieth, Mackenzie Hughes, Max Griesemann, solid option. Jumps up way up the board here. JT Poston gets the same kind of ranking. Denny McCarthy finding himself moving quite nicely up there, but we can easily get potentially Denny. Maybe we take him in our second spot here. What number pick is this? The 4th pick. So we will get the 33rd pick. So we could potentially get Denny right at ADP. If he comes back to us, we'll take a gamble on him there. Who is available to us over here? Sam Burns, JT, Taylor Pendrith, Mackenzie Hughes, Nick Dunlap, Brian Harmon. I don't mind going to Nick Dunlap either. Sam Burns. Oh, boy. Sam Burns goes backwards. Ben Griffin obviously helps us. Tom Hoagie helps us. Jordan Spieth, given his schedule I have predicted, A lot of golf for guys just broke his wrist, but that's an aggressive ranking there for me. I think we're going to go Max Griesemann, which isn't even available, I don't think. Yep, he just got taken before us, and Spieth got taken. So maybe we go. Oh boy, we're going Mackenzie Hughes again, friends. He seems like he's just the guy that we need in most of these lineups. So that's the world we're going to work with here. Mackenzie Hughes. Darbo's piping off in the chat here. He also sucked the first time playing, then won the second time, and didn't do the third time last year. Yeah, but he always goes. That's all we're looking for. He's made the cut there 3 times in a row, I believe. And, you know, I think it's a sentimental place for him. So, yeah. All right. So that pick is done for us. No, we haven't made it yet. Mackenzie Hughes. Let's do it. Draft him in scramble number 2. I'm going to have to tidy up my tabs down at the bottom to have them all working, since I copied open a broken file. But the DAWG Dominator, which one you guys can get in the link down below, is working beautifully. Obviously, wouldn't put something out there for you guys that didn't. All right, let's go. We got 7 minutes. Can we get some names going? Boom. In the spot, we got the 6 hole. Where do we have people? Ludwig's dropped all the way to 6 for us. Cool. I'll take him in that department. Take a Ludwig and Hideki situation. Do we like that? Maybe we just go Ludwig Sahith. I don't think too many people will get that kind of thing, because he's been going in the 4 hole, which Sahith doesn't typically make it back there because he's going 8. So trying to find different combinations of early starts is important too. You know, like Ludwig dropping all the way down to the 6th spot is nice. You know, it helps you get different. So making sure that you can take another guy that's got a really low ADP with him typically means that some people that make it to that final 4th round aren't going to have that combination as much as others. You know, more people will have, for instance, what would Ludwig have made it back here, like in the 4? So this guy, number 9, it's probably going to be more like Patrick Cantley, Hideki Matsuyama, Tony Finau combinations with Ludwig right now, at least, given the current ADP landscape. Whereas a Ludwig Sahith Theegala is just different. We got 150 of these. We're trying to put together different pieces of puzzles. You don't want duplicate lineups out here. You're trying to hit that optimal in the 4th round of this slate. So we're going to go Ludwig and Sahith. Nice little ADP situation there for us. All right, scramble this guy. We got another situation. Ludwig off the board, went 4th early on. So interesting to see who's around. Sungjae Im dropped all the way to the 6th spot. I will take him with Sahith Theegala, because if he's going, well, I guess I've got him ranked 6th. I think that's going to be quite a popular situation. No real ADP value over here, but I'm clicking a lot of Sungjae Im right now. And I don't think I have too many of him with Sahith Theegala. So we've got those 2 guys going. Lots of volume between those 2 dudes. Now Sahith needs to get his shit together. He's been struggling a little bit lately. So he needs to figure it out. Next draft, I am up. I've got the first pick. We're going Scotty Scheffler. Bang. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Scotty Scheffler made a lot more birdies than Xander Schauffele. Xander Schauffele made a lot less bogeys, had bogey-free rounds, you know, those kind of things. Important to note. ADP looks like we've got a beautiful... I thought I got really excited about Denny McCarthy over here. We might still go with him anyway, because it's going to be a long time till we get him. Let's figure out what's going on with this lineup. We've got a mean lineup over here. So we got Xander, Tony, Eric, Tom. Xander, Tony, Eric, Tom, Hoagie. And we've also got Jordan, Nico. So we need some more Mexico. We need some more RBC Canadian. Is this yes, this is the one we did earlier. Okay. So ADP wise, we're going to go with Matt McCarty next, because he's most likely to come off the board. Let's see what happens with him. Boom, look at how that grid just populates beautifully given our projected schedule by plugging these guys in because we know how to kind of wield our swords over here. So let's go Matt McCarty, figure it out over there. Bang, in. We are almost done. I'm going to make it to this physio on time, it looks like. Keegan Bradley, Steven Yeager, all of these guys. We've got interesting names. What is this? Scramble number 3. Let's see if I don't know. Maybe does he have Mexican heritage? I don't know what his deal is. Yes, Darbo, I understand this, okay? But we're going early on before people know this. If he does commit, his ADP might jump up higher. You know, we're taking a gamble on this thing. We'll see. I understand the risks that are associated with this. He's played there 3 times in a row. I feel like I feel like it's a safe-ish guess. You know, it's a guess, but it's safe-ish. So, yes, I understand you being a concerned parent, though. I appreciate you. I do know Darbo, by the way. I'm not speaking down to him like this because I don't know him. I can't speak to him like this. I'm going to kick your butt on the golf course as well when we play. All right. So who do we have in this lineup here? We got Colin, Tony, Tom, Ben. Let's do this. Colin. I've got a lot of Tony. So now I know this, you know. We're gonna leave him alone for the most part. Tom Kim, Ben On, Jordan Spieth, Keith Mitchell. Tom Kim, Ben On, Jordan Spieth, Keith Mitchell, and who do we have anyone else? Mark Hubbard. Ooh, baby. Got a Mark Hubbard in the house. So we've covered a third. We've got all 3s everywhere. So we kind of still looking for some set. We need to. One of the things that I want to also preach is you have to have the guys playing at the Century. We cannot have 3 guys only playing in the easiest event on the slate. Advancement rates are going to plummet. So we'll take a gamble later on with the Mexico Opens and things like that. But if we can't get through the first round, Century now is essential. So we figured this out as well on this one. So Jake Knapp gives us a good option. Nico gives us a good option. I think we're going to really hammer Nico. We're hammering him a lot right now because he's going to provide us with some utility. He's been drafted. Fantasticals already. Went 2 spots before us. So that's going to have to change our strategy a little bit. Let's go back to the DAWG Dominator. Patton Keziah will put in the final hole here. I don't think he's going to get drafted much at all. Davis Riley gives me major concerns with how he plays golf in general. Jake Knapp, potentially a guy that could, if he shows up, I think he had a wrist injury last season. So he's a potential option to kind of throw in there too. I like Harry Hall. He tends to play lots of golf, and he's sitting on 83rd in the FedEx Cup. So definitely someone that can sneak into those signature events if he gets off to a good start in the year. He will be playing the Century himself because he won the ISCO. We know that. And will be playing a lot of golf early like he did last year with a similar FedEx Cup ranking. So let's throw Harry Hall in here. We'll finish out with Jake Knapp and Patton Keziah to kind of get this lineup figured out. Not Jerry. We're going with Harry. Dirty Harry and the boys. All right. So Harry Hall, look at that. Takes care of a lot of that early. We're still missing some API options. Not ideal, but API isn't a terrible tournament to miss because guess what? It's one of the hardest courses on the slate. So if you got only 3 guys playing there, you're not going to be missing out on those 3 guys missing compared to 2 guys missing at the Century is a big deal. I would fill the 2 guys missing at the Century before I fill the 3 guys missing at the API just because of the amount of points available. You have to make sure that you get your guys in there. The Century's also guaranteed 4 cuts, 4 rounds. The API does have a cut. So if your guy plays really badly, only gets 2 rounds of really shitty points. So kind of just putting that out into the stratosphere for you guys too. Let's see. Jake Knapp. Davis Riley will play a bunch. Jonathan Vegas, also not the worst option. He's sitting 69th in FedEx Cup points. So if he gets off to a nice start early, he could sneak into a few signature events as well. Do we like Vegas in this spot as well? Yeah. So maybe we throw him in, take care of some Mexico. We're still struggling with round 3, second spot. RBC Heritage, big issue for us. Okay. Cool. Let's get Mexico out of here. That's going to take away a lot of good golfers. RBC Heritage provides us with a few more. We will be playing there. Jason Day is a great option late. I think that's someone we'll have to throw in here. Maybe we put him in before we do anybody else, actually. Have we done Harry? No. Okay, let's throw Jason Day. He's been a guy that I'm a big fan of. Him and Adam Scott. Jason Day, yeah, look at him. 28th in our projected points. We need to put him in. Shane Lowry, giving us a lot of love early. Is he available? I hate Shane, but has he been drafted yet? Yeah, he was. Okay, so let's go with Jay Day. I think I like that. Bryson DeChambeau is getting drafted before Jason Day. What are people doing? All right. Let's go with Jason Day. See what happens. We put him in over here. Jason Day takes care of, oh, baby. That's looking good. All right. So Mexico's taking a bit of a back seat right now. We have to make sure we're getting the Century dudes in there, and Jason Day is one of them. We'll put in a few of these other dudes down here in there too. Beautiful. We've got one more scramble. This will be just a Sungjae Im. Where do we get Sungjae Im? Early in the 3-hole, yeah, 4 spot. Perfect. I'll take Hideki. Sungjae Hideki. Hideki's going to be playing the CJ Cup. Sungjae will be playing all the other stuff. I'm not going to be taking Tony Finau, Darbo. Well, the thing is, it's like, I do think if you found glaring issues somewhere else, leaving points on the table at the Century is probably the first thing that I need to avoid. You know what I'm saying? So you can't be doing that kind of stuff. It's a problem if you do. So I think leaving the Mexico alone, everyone else is going to have the same problem. I do think trying to optimize the Mexico Open slot is going to help you get through that second round in a big way. Whether or not it punishes you early in round 1, round 3, round 4, that's what this tool is going to really help you kind of avoid. So, you know what I'm saying. Colin Morikawa taken with pick 5. We've got Sahith Theegala available to us. Hideki Matsuyama, Tony Finau. I'll take a gamble on Sahith. We're going to get really good going on the early fronts over here with Sahith Theegala. I think he play? Yeah, he plays a lot early. Does not play the Amex. Neither of these guys play the Amex, but luckily a lot of people down the board play at the Amex. So we'll take a gamble on these two guys. We've got some really solid events down in the 4th round, which is good. Sahith tends to play. Where did he play last year? Where is he? Take him out. Sahith Theegala at the top of the board for us. So he plays a Canadian. That's good because the Canadian is a spot that we struggle to get people in. So we'll get him in there for sure. All right. Boom. And that's that. So I'll try and do this every morning. We're back. Phoebe's saying goodbye. And we appreciate you guys for tuning in. Hit that like button. Go check out the tool down in the description or on my Twitter bio. It's available to you guys there. If you want to use it for your own best ball drafts, use code Mayo when you sign up for the first time deposit, all of that stuff. And while you're at it, go check out Bet105 and get some good promising bets over there. We'll catch you guys later. Peace. Catch you. Boom. Chakalaka. Bye-bye.